Let's see. 49, attachment is the root of suffering. Well, I've been reading this book, a meditation guide. As you can see it. I never really finished the book. Today I read a big portion of it, especially the part of the actual guide for the meditator, the meditator's guide. So I actually read well, it was quite interesting. And I did Vipassana for 26 days, so I have some actual experience doing that. I do practice meditation every single day, and well, let's go back to the title. Attachment is the root of suffering. This is what the Buddhists believe. Now, without a specific example, I find it quite hard to actually agree with that. You know, it's the root of all suffering. There's no other suffering caused by something else. I know it seems very, absolute to actually believe in this. But just today I read, I think it was an article, 9 ways. The title was, How is attachment the root of all suffering? And then he mentioned 9 things. And one of them was caring more about the idea someone embodies than for the real person. Or in other words, attachment to a person you know you shouldn't want. Now, a few days ago, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, maybe even yesterday, I don't remember, I shared with you that I have a friend that, well, actually he suffers, you know. He had a relationship with someone. It ended a while ago, and he actually suffers. In my mind, when I'm interested in someone as a partner, well, it depends if they're interested in me. If they're not interested in me, I lose interest. Or in other words, I don't get attached to them or to the idea, you know. And when I talk to him, and also when I remember myself, sometimes we get attached to a fantasy, you know. So we are out in the club, we meet someone, they look good, we have some chemistry, obviously we're attracted to them, but and then what? You know, is it, well, sometimes we build a fantasy. We don't actually know them. Maybe they are super annoying. We have no idea. Maybe we don't agree with them with some basic, philosophies that are important to us. Like, we don't really know them. But we get attached to the fantasy. Now, having this fantasy is not that bad sometimes, you know, because we enjoy. Yeah? We enjoy the night with them because, again, fantasy. Now, I think it's very important to understand this is a fantasy, you know? And once it's sort of over, is he attached to the real person that he was in a partner with? Or is he attached to the idea of being with her? Or the idea of the person he thinks she represents? Or maybe he's attached to the idea of having a girlfriend. So it's not really about her. Or is it? Well, this is self-awareness. I call it self-awareness. And, in Vipassana, you sort of create self-awareness because Vipassana is about observing our mind, our body, and not to change it, just to understand and to gain wisdom. So I think it actually connects to sort of self-awareness, being aware of why and do we get attached to things, what do we get attached to, and So I think about my friend. Yes, he is suffering. He's suffering because he's attached to what I would say a fantasy or an idea. Now, when I talk to him, and I think I shared with you, so he has this idea that he likes Brazilian girls. So I asked him, what about them that you find exciting? So one of the things that he said, well, they appreciate what he does for them. This is one. Second, it was the way the fact that they are connected to their feminine, to their sexuality. They're connected to it. So, well, it might actually occur in South America and but it can be in other places. I would ask myself, okay, these are the things that I'm attracted to. These are not fantasies. These are things that I actually like. I like when my partner is connected to her sexuality. I like when she appreciates what I do. Same as my friend. But does she have to be Brazilian? Well, I do want to think about things that are helpful. So, thinking about that, we are both dancing salsa and bachata and Latin dances. I think a lot of girls that dance Latin are sort of more connected to their sexuality, that they sort of move their body and, I see some kind of correlation there. So, going out and dance, which he used to do. I think it's a good idea to meet girls that are connected to their sexuality. You can also go to a tantra course. Yeah. There, people want to connect to their sexuality. They want to learn. You can do that in any place in the world. It doesn't need to go to Brazil for that. I try to break down the fantasies that I have in my mind to extract the truth. What is the truth? My priorities, the things that are really important to me, whether I feel like it or not, whether I'm in the mood or not, and they're not connected to certain people necessarily. So is attachment the root of all suffering? I'm really not sure about it. But I did see, I just realized that my friend's suffering is about attachment. And it's about attachment to either an idea of the person that he thinks she is, the idea of having a girlfriend, or the idea of what she represents in his eyes. Or maybe also the attachment to the idea that he needs to find a Brazilian girl, for example. This is what I wanted to share with you. I hope it makes sense. Maybe tomorrow we'll dive a bit deeper into this, getting fantasies and breaking them down to things that are actually going to help us. Maybe that's the title. Not sure about it. But see you tomorrow. I'm sure about that. Day one journey. The journey that never ends. Every day is day one. See you tomorrow.